Hello, it's Jim Hutchins for the Jerusalem Connection Spot Report for this Monday, the 8th of August. Actually, it's the 7th of August, 2017. I want to refer to an article in a recent edition of Israel Hayom by Elliot Abrams. He's a senior fellow for the Middle East Studies with the Council of Foreign Relations. And it has to do with what I believe is the inevitable coming war with Hezbollah. There are many who've predicted this, not if it will come, but just when it will come. Abrams says this in his article. He says, Israel must try to do the most devastating damage to Hezbollah as quickly as possible. These wars have been ended in ceasefires heretofore. Will that be the case in the future? We'll see. They must do devastating damage to Hezbollah as quick as possible. This argues for trying to limit the length of the war because, quote, there is strong linkage between the depth of damage to be inflicted on Hezbollah and the military and the civilian price to be paid by Israel by inflicting that damage. Put another way, quote, it can be assumed that there is a direct link between the duration of the conflict and the civilian and military price to be paid by Israel. Again, these wars have ended almost in a stalemate in the past. Last Lebanese war, they claimed victory, but it was a hollow victory for sure. Abrams goes on, Israel will not necessarily be the one to fire the last shot. Hezbollah will likely not, quote, capitulate and will continue to build up its capabilities, and Hezbollah, presumably, will continue to promote the narrative of its own victory, not unlike what they've done in the past. This is an advanced, mature, and not glorious narrative which must be prepared for in advance. To create coherence on the Israeli side, such a narrative should be introduced in advance to Israel's political, military, and public arenas. Just say early on that Hezbollah is going to claim a victory. In other words, there will be no 1967-like smashing victory in such a war. Some of the possible gains will not even be visible until time passes, whether the war constitutes a permanent setback to Iran's ambitions, and this will be an Iranian-sponsored conflict, whether Hezbollah or Hamas or both of them are involved. These are proxies of Iran. Hezbollah's arms build up in the period after the war and strengthens Israel's deterrence so that another conflict does not occur or is very long postponed. Now that seems to me to be a very tepid evaluation of what could happen. And it's giving Hezbollah the benefit of the doubt that they will remain standing after the next conflict. It flies in the face, I would say, of the prophetic scriptures that sometime must take place. They haven't taken place yet. Zechariah speaks of this, and I've noted this in spot reports in the past from Zechariah chapter 12. This will take place at some time, whether it will be as a result of the next Hezbollah-Hamas war with Israel or not remains to be seen. God says this, Yahweh says this, Zechariah chapter 12, verse 2, I'm going to make Jerusalem a cup that sends all the surrounding peoples reeling as though they're drunk. I will make Jerusalem an immovable rock for all nations, and all who try to move it will injure themselves. This is not a partial victory. This is total. Then the leaders of Judah will say in their hearts, the people of Jerusalem are strong. because Yahweh Almighty is their God. On that day I will make the leaders of Judah like a firepot in a woodpile, like a flaming torch among sheaves. They will consume right and left all the surrounding peoples, but Jerusalem will remain intact in her place. On that day I will set out, I will begin the process. I will set out to destroy all the nations that attack Jerusalem. Now, whether that will be the conclusion of the next conflict between Hezbollah and Hamas that will involve Iran, we don't know. But the day is coming when this will be prophetically fulfilled. We'll have to wait and see. Till next week, Od Ki Yavo Shiloh, until Messiah comes, Yivareka Yahweh. Yahweh bless you, bless those you love, bless those who love you.